Hiya, I'm David Metcalf and I'm running for President. A bit about myself, I've worked for the university in the Students' Union and I'm just wanting to be there for students, help with looking at student housing standards because they could be a lot better for students, flexible part-time work for students while they're studying so it fits around their studies a lot better, and for more face-to-face time with students and taking up their ideas up to the highest point in the university.
Okay, Bilal? If I've pronounced your name right.
Yeah, that's perfect. Hello, I'm Bilal Raja, and I'm running for the president election in Student Union as well. About me, I'm third year business and management student and current president of Business Society as well. I'm running for this election because I believe I can make a change, and I will definitely show you a change. Thank you.
And Sylvia.
Hello, my name is Sylvia Kairakova and I'm running for president. Last year I ran for vice president education and I won, and I really enjoy my time in Student Union because I like to support students. I think I understand them because I was a student myself in this university. I would like to support them in terms of equality and diversity, and I would like to open Student Union for all. And as well, I would like to increase student engagement. So everybody understand what the student union stands for and how student union is beneficial for their life.
Okay. So let's start things off. Firstly, last year only 9% of all students voted. Obviously 9% isn't a full amount of students. Do you still feel, as running for president, that you have the whole student backing and you actually encompass all the students and they actually know what you're doing? David first, please.
I think it's very hard because obviously Sunderland's such an international university with campuses all over the world, and obviously that 9% includes them, if I remember correctly. So it's hard when you can't get on a plane to Malaysia to try and get to know those students as well as you'd like. But I think people who are open and have worked with all sorts of different types of students while on the campus that we're on, you can sort of encompass their ideas and try and get them to participate a bit more.
Okay.
Well, according to me, the problem was last year an awareness of elections. But this year the thing has been changed totally because there are lots of candidates this year, and like more campaigning and more awareness to the people, and I'm hoping for more turnover this year.
I believe international students are a minority, but they shouldn't be ignored. They need to be supported by their union. And I am positive for this vote this year because so far I can see all candidates are advertising themselves very well, and I'm very happy there is many home and international students, and I can't wait.
So obviously, you know, you've all got your own very individual campaigns and you're all going for very different things. Do you still feel that looking at the whole uni, that yeah, you might have your individual campaigns, but do you feel you can get everyone involved? You know, maybe not just, you know, obviously involving international students and home students as well, but not just that, but this university is very unique by having two separate campuses. We've got the city campus where, you know, the majority of students go, and we know that, but we also have over here at St Peter's, where sometimes we feel like we're not part of the uni almost, we're the media side of it. Do you feel that you can encompass both camps? Let's go Sylvia first, please.
We already contact with friends from London campus to ensure that this election is going to be very well advertised, not just by union, but by students. And there is a candidate for NUS who is from London campus, so that's helpful in terms of promoting these elections. And so far we're trying to involve everybody. It's not only about Sunderland campus, we care about London campus because they need even more support than here.
Okay.
Thank you.
I think that because there's a lot of things on both campuses, so like I study business, so I study on this campus, but I've been involved with sports and societies that run from the city campus, so getting to know like all of those and getting to know both campuses and students from both campuses across all the different subject areas, it's quite good in that way. So I know sometimes there's a divide when it feels like it's a bit far across the river, and it does take a little while longer to get here obviously than city campus. But I think on a whole it's good to have a bit of separation, but we're still a whole university, and because of the clubs and societies and the students' union and things like that, obviously having representation on both sides, we are still a whole, and just need to make everybody reminded of that fact.
Well, according to me, it's not such a big gap actually. If you have connections from both sides, and if you organize such like events, which engage all kind of students like from all departments, these things always reduce the gaps and the things between two campuses. For example, as a business like as we have business society, we go every year to London campus and like around the other campuses as well. So because of these little trips and these little efforts from the university or from the unions or from the like societies, they always reduce the gaps between the campuses. And if like for example me, I have different friends in different campuses, so for me I don't feel such a big gap between the campuses. But actually it is good that we have campuses all around the city, so in other ways we can explore the cities very good. Thank you.
Okay, so we're looking at your campaigns, and yeah, do you have a point?
I would like to say that we shouldn't separate students to home and international students, and or London campus and Sunderland campus, because they're students, and as I already mentioned, equality and diversity is part of my agenda. They're students and they're sharing similar concerns, so we need to look at them equally. Thank you.
Excellent, thank you. So we're looking at your campaign and your main point and what you really want to bring across. Could you briefly say what the point there, your unique selling point almost, please? Let's go. Yeah.
To me?
Yes, please.
Okay, basically my main points are to give a bit change in student union for students for their life in campus, and my main points are, for example, first thing about the freshers. Freshers, like normally as we used to do, we just go out night outs and like have a couple of drinks and these kind of things. But my point of view, we should organize more local trips to explore the city. For example, the people who are not locally from Sunderland or from Newcastle, they don't know about anything about Northumberland and Tyne and Wear. So it is good if we organize small little trips to explore the city and Northumberland for the outsiders, which will be really good. For the freshers, it will give them more excitement and for the city. And second thing, student voice. I want to actually become a strong student voice to represent them in student union on a higher level. And the third thing is catering and socializing. Normally, we have cafes and canteens in different campuses, but I think they are not enough for the students. For example, like in rush hours, there is no space for the students all the time. So we mainly focus on, we have a very good place in university, but we are not exploring it properly as we're supposed to do, which is North Shore. We can explore the North Shore. For example, at daytime, we can use a cafeteria. We can promote North Shore for the students' benefits. Thank you.
To freshers, actually, do you know, I think the main point about freshers is a general lack of funding from the university. I think that could be why. I know there's been last year about the freshers headliners and the nights, there hasn't been that much money to go towards it.
Mm-hmm.
And also there has been day trips. I was a freshers 2 years ago and I did a lot of fresher stuff this year. There's been day trips to the beach and there's also, there has been day trips, and I think it's just general lack of interest.
These things we have to work on them. We need to create awareness to the students, for the students, for these local trips. And for example, we have to do them as quick as we can, like straight after the freshers, like when they have free time, not when the classes starts. So we need to focus on the timing and awareness. These two things, if we focus on them, then we will solve this problem. We wouldn't have this problem.
Okay.
Thank you.
David, can I have your main point, please?
Yeah. So my first main point is on my manifesto is democracy at the highest level. So it mainly means that the Students' Union Executive are elected by their fellow students to represent them, and we would work with the university on the highest level. So just having more face-to-face time with the students, getting their points of view, getting their ideas, and taking them to the university and saying this is what the students want. Also, my second point is student housing. So there's been work done on that this year, but I'd like to continue to build on that. I've been lucky personally in my student housing, but I've had friends who've lived in nothing more than slums, and I would like to help them raise their standards. And also my third point, it is flexible part-time work for students. So this encompasses all students, so postgraduate, mature students who would have other commitments as well as their studying, undergrad, everyone who just needs a bit more flexible part-time work around their studies, and for employers to be more accommodating to that, and to maybe set up a fair similar to the graduate fair, like at the start of the year, with working with the university to try and get local companies and local businesses in to get some flexible part-time work for students.
Your first point, generally, getting more people involved. I think the point I raised earlier about only 9% of student voting. Do you not feel that, you trying to get more people involved with the university, and I think the voting figures showed people actually really care?
I think it's about what appeals to different people. So different things will pique different people's interests. So some people rely purely what they see on social media. People prefer someone coming up and actually talking to them face to face. So it's just approaching the students in a different way. The thing that appeals to different students, trying lots of different ways to get as much information back from the students as possible.
And finally, on the student housing. Is that really possible to try and change, it's a massive part of the university, and obviously a large amount of budget does go towards it. Is it possible to change these, as you said, slum accommodations?
Well, I wasn't talking specifically about university halls, because obviously they're not that bad, but it's to do with private landlords and things like that. Like, some people don't care about students, and a lot of the population of Sunderland is students. So working with the council and things to try and build on the work that was already done this year, and just maybe set a set of guidelines for what certain things have to meet for students, and have somebody check up on them, because it's all well and good saying, we'll follow these guidelines, but if someone's not checking, then how do I know that they're following them?
Okay. Sylvia, your main point, please.
My main points are the democratic and transparent union, equality and diversity, and student engagement and leadership. Which one you want I talk about?
The student engagement, much again with David, with voting figures being so low last year, obviously you're trying to involve a lot more people, trying to increase your campaigns as well. But still, again, similar to David, do you feel that, this is actually a viable role? Do people actually care about student electorates? And is it, are you just another ladder for the, for the corporate university scheme?
So I believe if students understand the purpose of student union, and we let them know and open student union for, and we advertise ourselves better, understand students will of course care, because this affects their experience in university. Student union not only have academic advice, immigration advice, organize events, and represent students on the high level university committee when they talk about fees, when they talk about curriculum and what you study, and about library resources. So if we advertise ourselves better, and if instead of trying to be too professional, are out there talking with students in the library and just keep behaving as a student, maybe more students will know about us, and then we will be real leaders of student union, and student union staff will be the people who will deliver actual work on the ground. But we need to communicate with students.
Interesting. I'd like you to ask each other a question. So, almost as though you're here, and I'd like you to, say, and then you can really work out, you opposition almost. So, David, not Sylvia. Can you ask David a question first, please? About his campaign.
Okay. First, I want to wish him good luck.
Thank you.
Same
to you.
And to both of you. And I would like to ask you, what is the first thing which you're going to do if you are elected?
The first thing I'd like to do when I got elected would be to get to know the students a bit more than I already do. So over the summer there'll be postgraduate and students around, and I'd like to obviously get them known better, and then when freshers comes and spend more face-to-face time with the students, so they get to know the Students' Union more and what we do, and we get to know them more as well.
Okay. Bilal, first Sylvia, please.
All the best, Sylvia. And
Thank you.
the question is, why do you feel there is so much differentiation between local and international student? Because, no offense, but I didn't feel that difference in university by myself, because I'm international by myself, but I didn't feel such a difference in university for international student or local student. I think it's my personal opinion. I think they has been treated equally, and which was really good. So, what's your opinion on that?
Okay. So yes, they have different needs in terms of support. Obviously, international students, they struggle with the language. They feel their language is a barrier, and that's affect their confidence. But on the other hand, home students, they have their own quite similar problems, because they're coming in new place. They separate from their family where they used to live all their life, and it's completely new environment for them too. So I don't believe they're too different. So that's why we need to treat them equally, because they're equal members of student union, and they're students of this university, and for the time they commit here, the effort, and of course the money, they need to receive equal attention from student union and university.
David, a question for Bilal, please.
Well, I would also like to wish both of my fellow candidates good luck and all the best for the week. This is harder than I thought. What do you feel like that would make you the most approachable to students?
Thank you, David. In my opinion, the more collaboration with students and more affection with the students, more meetings, more connections, and more friendly with them and helpful to them, these all things lead me towards students. These things will help me to become more close to students all the time. Answer your question?
Yeah, thank you.
Excellent. Thank you very much. That was very interesting. Hopefully, if you've been listening, that'll clear your mind up on who you should vote. Coming up all week, on Breakfast and Drive, all week we have different candidates coming in from the different societies, sports, etc., and they're all coming in, and they're all hopefully going to get the same treatment as they all did this morning. And I'm looking forward to it. And roll on vote day.